Hey guys, welcome into WrestleForever. Roger and
Ryan
are here, and we are going to talk a little bit about this week's 205 Live and NXT episode.
That's right.
Both of which, once again, were good.
Yeah, fairly solid again. They're on a roll.
Yeah. At first, 205, I felt a little deceived by it. I was kind of disappointed. I know it was the Buddy Murphy and Daivari match was a good match.
We're still in the first round. So this was finishing up the first round.
Yep. But it was more of like, a profile match to just kind of showcase who Buddy Murphy is.
He got a package and everything.
Yeah, so. As opposed to the high caliber matches we've got previous. This one falls lowest on my radar as a great match, but it was still a good match.
Do you think it says more about Daivari?
No, I think they're really trying to push Buddy Murphy forward as a 205 competitor.
Yeah. They're just abandoning Daivari then. He's just gonna get
just for now. He'll have more stuff to do, but as far as the tournament goes,
because before this he was just kind of a little extra for Enzo. Mm-hmm. So okay,
he had a couple of good moments before the whole Enzo crap.
Yeah, it was a pretty predictable match. Like nobody assumed that Daivari was winning that, right? I mean,
he had that good feud with Jack Gallagher. I really liked that one.
Oh yeah, he did have that decent feud with him. I totally forgot about that. That was when 205 was crappy.
Yeah. Well, that was whenever. So
it all runs together in one crappy show.
205 started out okay. There was a little fire behind it, and there was some good stuff going, and then it just somewhere
it lost a little bit of steam. It was still a solid show all the way around, and that match was still like it was
still
good.
A good
it was
match,
all right. Yeah, I'm more excited about Murphy's next match, which will be against Ali.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know who's going over in that match.
I'm gonna assume Buddy Murphy.
He's
the one getting packages.
I guess that's what I'll assume too. But
I'm gonna assume it's gonna be on that side of the bracket. Which I mean, well, going forward, right before that match, right before the Gallagher Ali match, Drake Maverick releases the brackets for the quarterfinals. So we know we're gonna see Cedric versus TJP. That should be next week. And then Kalisto versus Roderick Strong, which will also be next week.
Yep.
So we're going to knock out that whole side next week. And then on the other side, you're getting Buddy Murphy versus, oh my gosh, I just said it too. Oh, versus Ali, Mustafa Ali. And then we're getting, why am I blanking? We're getting Gulak versus, who's he going against? Mark Andrews.
Yep, Mark Andrews.
Gulak's gonna win that. Come on.
Yeah, I sure freaking hope so, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think the finals on that side are gonna be Buddy Murphy versus Gulak, and on the other side, I'm thinking Cedric.
Who do you think's going to the top? You think it's gonna be Gulak?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be Gabba Gulak?
I think there's three people.
Oh, Gulak wins it, man.
I mean,
but I don't.
Well, I say three, and now I don't know. Maybe four.
Yeah, I mean,
it's either gonna be so.
I could see. And maybe it actually is absolutely just me. I could see Ali going all the way up.
All the way? See, I can't. I feel like it's. I feel like between. Well, I had three until Buddy Murphy this week.
Yeah.
So I had Gulak, Cedric, and Roderick Strong. Now I kind of think out of adding Buddy Murphy, making that four, I kind of think Roderick Strong may not be in the finals because especially the way the brackets worked out is because I thought it might end up being Cedric versus Roderick for the title at Mania.
Yeah.
But now since they're in the same bracket, they're probably going to be Cedric and him in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk to that match whenever.
Next week we'll have to talk about how that.
I mean, I think I have a feeling who's winning
between Roderick and Cedric.
Yeah,
if that's the way it ends up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'll just have to see how they go with their characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Drake Maverick does the promo, shows us the quarterfinal brackets.
Yep.
Tells us next week who we're going to see. And then...
we get the tag match.
Yeah, then there's a six-man tag.
Yeah, the Luchadors. And who did they wrestle?
Who did they wrestle?
I don't.
It was a very kind of nothing match, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was like not a terrible match, but it wasn't like spectacular.
Yeah, I was disappointed. Like I was kind of out of it at that point because I was like, oh, dude, we were getting 20-minute matches. Now we're getting robbed. You know, and like I had no idea how long the final match was going to be. I was like, great.
The final match was long though.
Yeah, they crapped on us, but turns out after the triple tag, which I think the Luchadors went over.
Yeah, they did.
We got Ali versus Gallagher.
Yeah.
And oh my god,
that was a good match. That was solid. That was solid to a point where I couldn't tell what was real and not. So they were selling really well. I'll give Ali. I mean, he's great in every match.
I think he's the most underrated person on that roster.
He was really good, and he sold. I really thought he was injured. I was like, he might actually be injured.
Dude, there was that spot where he like
that weird one outside
where
the ring.
He jumped out and he just spilled straight to the ground.
Yeah, it was awkward. It was weird, and you could tell that wasn't the way it was planned. And he was good at selling it. So I don't know if he was really hurt or not, but I was convinced. I was like, I think he might be actually hurt, and they're gonna call this.
Gallagher was working over his arm the whole time too.
Yeah, he was doing the Pete Dunne stuff a lot with the wrist locks and the fingers and stuff like that, which is always really painful looking.
Oh, and that spot where Gallagher he went to do the slingshot spear or whatever, and he caught him into the arm bar or whatever that was. It was awesome. Like that little spot was super cool.
It was a good match, and I kind of thought, because when we were talking about it last week, him and Kyle both thought Ali was going to win, and I thought Gallagher was going to win with the pep talk from Drake Maverick.
I told you, man. Pep talk doesn't equal package. All right,
he doesn't get the package deal.
Yeah,
but I thought, even though Gallagher lost, they still did a lot for his character going forward.
He really shined in this match.
He was pretty vicious. He was pretty.
He had those green felt pants on.
I wasn't too big on his new tie. I wasn't too big on the new tie with the socks, with the tube socks,
with the baseball socks.
Yeah, I wasn't too big on his ring attire, but his character is pretty vicious. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it was a really, really good showing of him. And then
so it ended on a high note.
Yeah, Ali, after all that, he somehow keeps going through very similar sort of how Seth Rollins was on Raw this week.
Yeah.
To an extent where you're like, okay, he's done. Like Gallagher's got it, and he just kept kicking out. He kept getting beat and kept kicking out until the one moment happened, and by the end of it, he's bleeding from his arm and this one side of his mouth. Like it looked great. Like
he was roughed up.
And
there's definitely some parts in that match that were definitely mistakes or botches to where he got actually hurt.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, I didn't know the degree of how hurt, but he was definitely feeling something.
Yeah. But he goes off top rope, his finisher, and 1, 2, 3. He got Gallagher just like that. It was.
So he gets to move on.
Yeah. It was a really, really good match.
It was solid, and that's kind of the way 205 ended. Ended on a high note, kind of. Started off all right. It was pretty good. It was a decent match, and then it kind of dragged a little bit, and then it finished on a high note.
Yeah, and so So next week we'll be getting Cedric versus TJP and Kalisto versus Strong. So
I have a lot of hope for both of those matches, actually.
Well, let's just go ahead real quick. Who do you think is going to win each match?
I think Cedric beats TJP, and I think Roderick Strong goes over Kalisto.
I think
to set up for Cedric versus Roderick in a couple weeks for the
I think
semis.
You're 100% right.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't. Cedric's been so good to let TJP, who's they've done not much with.
Yeah.
Win that. I wouldn't really understand what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
But, it's whatever. But I think both of them will have a really good match.
Yep.
But, we're in agreement. That's kind of the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I see Cedric and Strong going over.
Semifinal match, and that'll be real sick.
That's gonna be gnarly. So moving on from that, NXT last night. Very, very good show.
It was a good show.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I've been waiting. I didn't read any spoilers.
Roger avoided the pre-tape spoilers for this, and still got spoiled. But
my heart was shattered.
I know.
And not even like it didn't get spoiled. I was in the match. I was halfway through the match.
He was invested.
I was all the way in towards the TV, and I was talking to Colin Ryan briefly in between, so I had my phone faced up, and one of our friends posted spoiler, and then immediately in rapid succession, fuck Ciampa. Like, oh come on, man.
Yeah,
I knew. Okay, so I'm not dumb. I knew there were routes to go down, and I knew that was one of them. But I didn't know what was going to happen exactly. But we'll get to that match later.
Started off with Velveteen versus No Way Jose.
Yeah, it was an okay match.
Did a lot for Velveteen.
Yeah.
Didn't do really anything for No Way Jose.
Yeah. People were massively into Velveteen.
Mm-hmm.
He's super over.
Yeah, he is. We've talked about this before with certain people like in NXT who need the belt to really solidify them as like a big deal, and he's one of them.
Yes.
Like I felt like seeing getting the belt really did wonders for his character and for solidifying him as like this guy's the real deal. And I think Velveteen is the same way. He needs that belt at some point to kind of put him as top dog, and I think that'd be good. Like, I don't know if like, I know you had said you think Alistair's gonna beat CN.
I think Alistair, I think it's gonna go to TakeOver. Alistair's taking that belt off of CN,
and then you think they're setting up Velveteen
and Alistair too.
I'd be down for that match.
Yeah,
I would not hate that booking.
In which at that point, I would let Velveteen Dream go over.
Give him his first loss.
Yeah.
Let him be responsible
his first
for
singles
Alistair.
loss.
Yeah. As long as you don't count the UK title.
And he's the one person that I think at this point, maybe Adam Cole, but for sure, I think Velveteen Dream can benefit the most for it, and B, the fans can get behind it the most.
Yeah, and that's another thing they did announce on NXT is they're doing the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Melman's here. Beagle Buddy's going crazy. He did the same thing in the video yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they delivered my coffee, and you can hear Beagle Buddy.
It's just added. But so Regal announces Dusty Rhodes Classic again. Yep. Who do you think's? I mean, we don't know everyone that's in there. We can kind of assume because we know pretty much all the tag teams in NXT. So we're gonna assume that AOP's in there.
Yep.
And Heavy Machinery.
Yep.
TM61.
Yep.
Street Profits.
Yep.
Is Undisputed, I guess. I mean, they're the title holders, but it's not for the title. It's just for the Dusty Rhodes Classic. So Sanity will be in there.
They'll all be in there.
Who do you think's winning this one? I mean, it's not going to be AOP, I can tell you.
Yeah.
I don't see Heavy Machinery winning it.
Nope.
I could see TM61 to get their redemption because they lost it last time they did this. Not last year, but whenever the last time they did it.
When AOP.
They lost it to AOP. I could see them possibly getting redemption and getting it. I could also see... I mean, I could see Undisputed. I just don't... They already hold the belts. I don't know if they need to win this too.
Honestly, I could see them... I could see the company putting over Heavy Machinery. But I don't want to.
As of right now, and this is really early to call this, I think Sanity's winning it.
Sanity?
Yeah. It's really early to call, and I may change my mind later based on how things go. But as of right now, I would say my top dog to win that Dusty Rhodes Classic would be Sanity.
I would put my chips in on Undisputed.
Yeah. I mean, it could be.
But then again, like, there's probably going to be a couple of surprise formations and stuff in there.
Right.
Too,
and that's what I can't predict. But as of right now, based on the tag teams they got, I think Sanity's probably the best. I think you're going to put Eric Young and Killing Dane in there. That's who I would put and let them win it.
That's true.
But anyway, so like Dream cuts a promo too after he's kind of calls out. He's called out Tyler Bate a few times now.
Yep. I think, that's probably his next
opponent.
Profile match,
Which Tyler Bate is going to lose again. He's on a losing streak.
He is, dude.
He's on a losing streak.
And that's, like, I feel like he should be booked a little stronger, but also feel like Dream needs to eat all of these wins. He needs them all.
He does if they are going to put the belt on him at some time. He needs to find...
And the more and more fire that's gathering behind him, they just need to keep stoking those flames because... you got somebody that's really, really awesome on your hands with this character.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's so good.
He is also my character that I like most fear for going up. Like moving the main roster. I'm worried, so worried that he's going to be Tyler Breeze.
Well, that's why I'm hoping they push him for the title at NXT, because that'll keep him there for another year or two. So I don't think there's people that I just know will be buried as soon as you stick them up, and No Way Jose is one of them. Yeah, he ain't lasting on the main roster.
No way, Jose.
Not gonna happen. No way. I just do not see that working out. So, I mean, and speaking of main roster, possible call-ups here.
Yeah.
So
we did have a match in between Nikki Cross and the I always forget her name, the Dr. Frankenfurter Cross player. God. That's what her attire. Did they look at it? She looks like she came from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And it's true though, like I think she's a cool wrestler, and they book up that she was, a dancer for the NFL and NBA.
Right, yeah.
But man, she's coming out as Dr. Frankenfurter.
And she lost.
And she lost with,
she lost versus Nikki Cross.
She looks just like him. Maybe if I remember this, I'll post up a picture. But going on to the main event, Nikki Cross went over, and then we had Gargano and CN for the title, and if Gargano loses, then he is out of NXT.
Yep.
And
it was
a good match.
Yeah, it was solid. It wasn't as good as their takeover. I didn't expect it to be, but it was really solid. Very good match. It was really good, and Roger got the ending spoiled for him.
Yep.
Because as soon as he saw that message, he knew exactly what was about to happen.
Yep. I was halfway through the match. I was on the edge of my seat, and then bam,
ref gets knocked down. CN runs into the ref. Of course, he's out.
Yep.
And then Gargano puts him in the hold, in the Gargano escape or whatever it's called.
And Ciampa comes up from behind.
That damn crutch. Yeah, he's going through crutches.
Yeah, and he absolutely lays into him with it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty hard-looking shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ciampa cost him the match, cost him his job in NXT.
And then today we got a video of Regal and Gargano, and he's making Gargano sign his release form, basically. And he tells him...
This is like very somber feeling in the
video, yeah. And even the ref apologizes, sorry.
Hey, I would have never counted 3 had I known.
Yeah, there was interference or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess Regal tells him, you still have to show up for all your prior commitments that you've made going forward. But then he also... Here's the thing that's kind of interesting is he's like, but you should be done in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But Mania is not till April.
Yeah.
So that's more than a few weeks. Unless his idea of a few weeks is 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, here's what I imagine. Is that they're going to extend it to, hey, this is his last appearance or whatever, and they'll have something come out for, Regal's going to come out, or Ciampa's going to cost him another match or whatever, and they're going to put him in a match with Ciampa at TakeOver.
Right.
We're definitely getting that match. Whether or not it's for his papers to sign back into NXT, or if he's still out,
or if it's just a redemption.
I don't know.
Thing.
Yeah, maybe it's just redemption. They can square it away, and then Gargano can move on.
Yeah, because we're basically assuming
that
this is leading towards a main roster call up. Because obviously you're not getting rid of the star. That's all it worked.
Yeah.
This is a way that he's going, and that's what we're gonna.
I want him on SmackDown.
I would rather have him on SmackDown as well, but
they need it.
How much can
badly.
Can't you see him on 205 though? How much they need it on 205 as well?
I think they're doing really good work right now.
Yeah, we don't need him. We're good. I'd rather him be on SmackDown too. I'm very fearful that he turns into Ty Dillinger. I think he's way better than Ty Dillinger, so maybe that won't happen.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm a Ty fan,
but here's the thing: even with SmackDown having so much time to put in these storylines, they don't do anything but 2 storylines.
Yeah.
And like they have plenty of room. Like if they were going to
garbage storylines,
if they were going to put in Ty Dillinger to actually push him to do something, now would be the time to do it. They got so much time on this show that's just like
Ty Dillinger or Gargano.
Well, no, with Ty Dillinger.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying like I'm worried about Gargano. Is like even when they have all this time to push one of their people they moved up, like Ty Dillinger, they're not doing that.
Well,
they're having Big E pancakes.
Yeah,
and they're having the Sammy
Truth.
KO, and they're having Bobby Roode's quasi-open challenge, not really an open challenge.
Daniel Bryan and Shane acting very awkward backstage,
and that's kind of all it is.
Yeah,
they're not working towards Fastlane.
But if they revamped, even with a guy like Ty Dillinger, you could bring Gargano up to SmackDown, and then there's Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger's tired of losing. He turns heel. Put them two in matches. They would put on really good stuff.
I think they would.
And that's something.
Would Ty Dillinger be a heel though?
Yeah, he could be. He was a heel in NXT for a while.
Was he a good heel? I don't remember him being.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
I just remember
he was just very arrogant.
He's just very arrogant.
Yeah.
He's that kind of heel.
Yeah. That was probably...
He's like a Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was better than Dolph.
Yeah.
I hear back in the day...
I think Kyle would disagree with you.
I hear back in the day Dolph was a very good heel, but I have yet to see that since I started watching again, so...
Yeah.
God, they got to do something with him, but we won't go down that hole.
we're not going that route again. But yeah, that was pretty much NXT. We still haven't seen Ricochet. I know they've taped it.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know if that was the end of those tapings or if there's still one more episode of those tapings.
I guess there's one more episode because I know they filmed it because I remember seeing this people's like tweeting out the cell phone footage of like his debut and him coming out and stuff. So they've taped it.
Maybe they wanted that line of tapings to go out on a high note.
Maybe.
So I guess next week we'll find out if he's not there. Then...
Have they announced any matches for next week? I don't know if they have or not yet. But yeah, hopefully it airs next week or something.
The only match I know for sure that is coming up is Black and
Killian Dane.
Yeah, Killian Dane.
Yeah, which I mean I'm assuming Black goes over there.
Yeah, I would assume so too. But,
somehow, some way.
Yep. Some way it's gonna happen.
He's getting that black mass.
Yeah, he's getting that big old black mass.
All right then.
Yep. I think that's about it for the entire thing. Until next week, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Rap Kick Media page. We're doing a bunch of gaming stuff all the time. We're now on audio spots, so you can find us on SoundCloud or Apple Podcasts. I'm going to work on getting us up to more. We're talking about doing some more content, just audio form as well. So be sure you go on there, drop us a review. It would really help us out. Drop us a comment on here with what your thoughts and everything are. And until next week, we'll come back at you, and we should have a predictions video coming up soon.
Yep, we're shooting a prediction tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll probably do, are we going to live feed it on Sunday?
I want to, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll probably have a live feed on Sunday. So it should be fun.
Check all that stuff out. Come look at us. Come smile with us.
Comment, chat with us.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Show us your weenies. Take it easy, guys.
Later.